Infinite love, eternal true peace wave to you all. I come to you in the name of the Creator through the elements of fire, earth, air, water, and ether. Hi, my name is Prophet, and you're tuned into the channel Eternal Prophets, and I'm here to let you know that black is not a color. Black is the source of color. Okay? All of these petty bickering things that we're fussing over and having us divided will stop. It don't need to stop. It will stop, and there's something greater at force that's going to stop it. So regardless whether you want to get into tune with Mother Universe or not, she has a plan of her own, and she is going to accomplish her plan like she has been accomplishing forever, since forever been forever, and eternity been eternity, and the beginning been the beginning. Okay, so now today this morning I gave y'all a little side piece knowledge. Go check that video out with the energy affinity and the PRS and the flat earth and the zeitgeist and all that there. You dig what I'm saying? But today we getting into commandment number 5. This the one I know they ain't gonna want here. I know they ain't gonna want here, but guess what? It gotta be said. It gotta be said. Excuse me. But stay with the alkaline, and it's funny. I was just noticing, it's funny how this spring water just so happens to have the blue on it and the green on it, the blue and the green, and if you do the pH test on the water, you do the pH test on this water is blue. Okay, so that's funny, alkaline water, but spring water, y'all remember that. But back to it. Commandment number 5. Let's get into it, man. Let's get straight to it. And commandment number 5, we're gonna break it down. No beef, no chicken, no pork. What I would like to say about that is this. I'm about to break down to y'all. It should be a no-brainer. It should be a no-brainer, but I will break down to y'all why y'all shouldn't be eating the beef, why y'all shouldn't be eating the pork, why y'all shouldn't be eating the chicken, especially the chicken. Lord, y'all think the chicken is a healthy alternative, and y'all just don't know the half of it. Okay, so now, no beef, no chicken, no pork. Commandment number 5. And if you notice, these first 5 commandments had to deal with thinking and diet solely, because before you get to the second 6 commandments, you have to realize that your mind has to be right and your body has to be right in order for the rest of the commandments to take flight and excel you to the height of genius. Okay, so I'm gonna break to you down, all of the reasons why. I always jot down and take my notes before I give y'all the lessons, because I don't want to go off topic and my mind get to rambling, because it'd be so much knowledge you could get a sensory overload sometimes. So you just gotta stay on point with your little outline, putting things on paper. You already know that. Say whenever you put your ideas down on paper, why? Because if you put your ideas down on paper, you're ahead of 75% of all Americans. Why? Because they never write nothing down. Everybody got these big dreams, and everybody got these things that they want to accomplish, but ain't nobody writing it down. Ain't nobody got a plan A, B, C, sub plan B. No, nobody got any of these things. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so we're breaking it down. I'm gonna break it down to y'all. First and foremost, I'm gonna break it down to y'all through common sense, through nature, right? Okay. I'm gonna break it down through intuition and through secular knowledge, and show you that you ain't supposed to be eating the meat. In the words of Baba Dick Gregory, if it farts, poops, pees, or screws, it don't need to be in my body. Okay? So now, with that being said, we're going to break it down. The body. The body. As I explained in previous videos, that you are a biomechanical electromagnetic spirit walking. Okay? Manifested, a manifested projection, an aspect, a little tiny aspect of Infinite Mother Creator, who is the generator, organizer, and dispenser of all, like people like to call it God, God, but it's really Goddess. The feminine principle came first, and evidence shows this, and I'm gonna get to that. That's another video about that feminine principle. I told you I'm gonna get to the sacred feminine, but let me stay on topic for right now. I don't want to get off topic. So now, when you analyze the body, okay, and this body has ways of healing itself. This body has ways of taking care of any need that it has if it is provided with the right substances or minerals, okay? And these substances aid in helping the body to do all of the myriad functions of the body. We are composed of 102 minerals, just like the plants are composed of 102 minerals, even though they lie and tell you they only know what 28 of them do, and they don't know what the other 12 do, and the other 12 are called trace minerals, and they don't even mention the other 82 after that. Okay, so now we're gonna get into science and show, okay, the body. First and foremost, when you're looking at the body, you gotta analyze the what? The head. So when you analyze the head, go to my mouth, look at my teeth, and if you look at your teeth and you count your teeth, you got 32 of them. 32 teeth, okay? And with your 32 teeth, what are your 32 teeth structure like? Well, if you count, you got you got 5 molars on this side, 5 molars on that side, 5 molars down here, and 5 molars down there. 5, 10, 15, 20. You got 20 teeth made for grinding, chewing, grinding food. All right, you got 20 of them specifically made for chewing and grinding the food. You got your other 12, right? The 6 at the top and the 6 at the bottom. These are made for what? Biting into the food. Now, when you look at the structure of your teeth, our teeth were not meant to be made for biting into meat. Look at the structure of all carnivorous animals, meat eater animals, or mammals, and you will see, or fish or whatever, and you will see that their teeth are jagged, many jagged edge canines in their teeth, made for ripping through meat. Okay? Our teeth were made to bite and digest on raw plants and fruits. Okay? Now, with that being said, and evidence shows this, you can ask any nutritionist, you can ask any physician, you can ask any doctor. Our teeth, our bodies were not made and meant for meat digestion. Also, okay, when you look at the esophagus, your esophagus is only 5 feet long. All right? Your esophagus is 5 feet long, and that is just not a long enough passageway for the digestive process to break down some of the meat components before it actually gets to your stomach, so your stomach doesn't have to do all that extra work. It goes from 5 feet down straight to your stomach. Okay? Now, when you look at most carnivorous creatures, especially like if you look at a lion. A lion, they got people that's taller than lions. Okay, but they got people they're the same size as lions, and lions are bigger or same size as people or whatever like that. And and you look at their esophagus is 20 feet long, made for digesting meat. And they have their small intestines. They have big small intestines, okay, made for the passages of meat. Whereas you have small intestines, not made for the passages of meat, but made to break down the complex enzymes that are found in the 102 mineral vegetables and fruits you are supposed to be eating from the earth. Okay? So now, when you look at the stomach, this is sort of teeth wasn't made for, the esophagus wasn't made for, then you look at the stomach. When you look at the stomach, do your research and look at the stomach. The stomach acids in your stomach was not made to process dead cell meat products. Okay? If you look at the acidity in your stomach, the acidity in your stomach is consistent with the breaking down of plant-based food and fruits and vegetables. Okay, so now you go to your teeth not made for it, your esophagus not made for it, your stomach not made for it. Then when you get to your small intestine not made for it, your large intestine not made for it. It is not made for you. You are not made for it. The Creator never intended for you to have it. Okay, and then just for a small piece of information, they say vegans have a 40% less cancer rate than that of meat eaters. So now they got evidence that's backing it up, numbers, statistical evidence that's backing it up that shows that the people that's catching cancer, right? 40% of them, vegans have a 40% less chance of catching it than the people that are catching it. All right, and if you are alkaline vegan, you ain't gonna catch it at all, because a lot of vegans and a lot of vegetarians slip up and start messing with soy-based product, and soy is not a natural Mother Earth product. Okay, soy is not an electrical food. Okay, this is why you see vegans that catch cancer with heavy soy-based diets. They're defeating the purpose with a soy-based diet, becoming a vegan. All right, so now and People who eat meat are 9 times more likely to be obese. This is why America is suffering from obesity. You are 9 times more likely to be obese if you eat meat. America has a meat-based diet. Meat-based diet, 9 times more likely to be obese. No wonder America leads the world in obesity. Common sense, just common sense. Okay, all right. If you look at the things that you digest in the meat, when you digest the meat, you digesting fecal material, antibiotics, dioxins, and a host of other myriad forms of chemicals and processing things that was used to process the meat, right? And this stays in your system for long lengths amount of time and remains of years, okay? Long lengths amount of time remaining years. This is how arthritis and the other itis is, because it builds up over time and eventually forms a mucus pile, and this mucus pile is called a dis-ease. DIS-ease. Break down the spelling. Dis-ease, disease, mean you're what? Out of balance. Dis-ease, you're not at ease. Dis-ease mean disharmony. If you're not in harmony, then you are not in tune with nature. You are not in tune with nature. You are living backwards. If you are living backwards, then you are evil. So yes, if you are eating meat, you are evil. It is not in nature. Never meant for us to eat meat. Sorry, people. Okay. So now, other things about the meat. All right. Other things about the meat, especially with the cow, with the red meat and the cows and things of that nature, and all the meat. Period. All right. If you want to look at what raw veganism has done for someone, go Google Annette Larkin. Annette, Annette Larkin, Larkim. Go Google her. This is a 70-something-year-old woman that decided to become vegan, raw vegan, at the age of 34. She looks like she's 40, and she's in her 70s, going on 80s. Okay, so now just Google it. She's a Florida woman. Yes, she does that. She shows you the fountain of youth right there. Okay, moving right along. Okay, contrary to your popular belief, person who doesn't believe in a lot of things, whoever that is. Okay, animals have feelings. Animals have feelings. Cows specifically. Cows' feelings are so complex that they even mourn for their dead. They could recognize one, and it's been studied that they could recognize up to 100 different members of the species of their herd. Okay, so they recognize one another, they cry, mourn for the dead. So I know they get happy, all right. And in order for these emotions and feelings to be about, it takes glands it takes glands to secrete hormones in order to feel that. Okay, so now with that being said, hormones. These cows, right? These cows and these pigs and these chickens and these turkeys and all of these other meat products that y'all are using, or these animals that y'all are using for your quote unquote substance, but it's really y'all death. Is not your substance, okay? And so these things have feelings, complex feelings. Look it up, all right? So now add that to the fact that they get routinely tortured, especially the cows. The cows, they get routinely tortured, and at birth they get fed what? Pellets of genetically modified substances, so that they can grow faster at have a faster growth, so the faster meat overturn rate will be faster, so they can make them dollars, make them in God we trust. All right. So now the GMOs within the meat, they are groomed. They are routinely tortured through branding, castration, dehardening, excruciating, prolonged periods of pain, and they get their neck slit and they cut them open, and the process is so fast when they shoot the thing into their brain or not to kill them, and they slit their throat. A lot of them animals still be conscious during this process. Just imagine that. An animal with feelings, an animal that can cry for their mourn for their dead, seeing their brothers and sisters led off to the slaughter by the thousands, by the millions. These animals are feeling fear, secreting that hormone into their blood. These animals are feeling anxiety, secreting that hormone into their blood. These animals are feeling all sorts of negative aspects and negative emotions, and these negative emotions are played out through chemical processes, through glands secreted through the blood, and when they are killed, this is resting within the meat. Now, not including the fact that it gets processed at a processing plant and put all kind of other chemicals in it to preserve the shelf life. Not to mention that they use the aborted babies from Planned Parenthood to use the meat to use as a filler and a stretcher. Go look it up. 25. They studied 25,000 meat samples, and 3% human DNA is found in all meat. Now, can't make this up. Okay, so now you're eating human DNA, and rat DNA. So human DNA and rat DNA was found in 3% of all beef, and y'all eating burgers. Y'all eating. They kind of make you eating your own kind. Go look at that movie, The Snowpiercer. How they were liquefying and grinding up the dead and turning them into jelly patties and feeding it to the living. Look at The Matrix, how the dead are intravenously fed through the living. This cannibalistic nature of the powers that be, and got you doing this and you don't even know it. And this meat. Hold on. I'm gonna keep going. Let me keep going. All right. So now, all of these things are happening to the meat, and this is in the blood, and it's being stretched with all kind of other things. It's being sprayed with all kind of other things to kill the bacteria from the messed up practices of everything, and it's just poison on top of poison on top of poison, and you digesting it and wondering why you can't. You digesting it and wondering why it's hard for you to see 75, 60s, 5, 70, or whatever. All right. So now, with that being said, and then the pollution, the runoff from these major, because these animals are not in nature. Let's get that clear. They are not in nature eating grass, eating the proper things, and growing at the proper rate that nature allows them to grow. They are in concentration camps getting fed garbage, right? There's even more, all right? So now, and they're around unsanitary things. That's why the mad cow disease thing is going on. They're going mad, right? The cows are going mad, literally going crazy, all right? And they're living in their own feces, living in their own excrement. They are being tortured and killed and used at will to do whatever. And we are just going along like this is okay. And we are so desensitized to the inhumane practices that we do to kill the animals that come on our plates. And now you have this big free-for-all. I wanted to curse just now. You have this free-for-all mess of health problems and obesity and all of these other low frequency things going on because we don't want to change our diets. All right. So now, with that being said, the pollution that they cause from these concentration camps, the runoff from the pollution. Here goes a statistical fact: the runoff causes the water supply to be polluted, and 51% of all global greenhouse gas emissions are caused by animal agriculture. These goddamn concentration camps that y'all housing these birds and these animals that are hybrid splices anyway, that are not some of them are not even genetically normal to Earth. Okay, they have been hybrided, some of them. All right, especially the pig. Oh my goodness. Please, y'all. I know a lot of y'all. I know if you still eating pork, God, dog, you really behind time. A lot of people quit eating pork. My goodness. And if you want to just keep it sound and keep it kosher, you're gonna talk about Genesis. I always stick to Genesis 1:29. Look at Genesis 1:29, and when you look at Genesis 1:29, what does it Creator instruct Adam that he could have for sustenance? The seeds of every fruit and every vegetable of the garden. He didn't say, nah, I'm gonna go get you some ribs, go get you some burgers, some turkey sandwiches, go get you some ham sandwiches, some salami. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say none of that. He told Adam, you can have every fruit and vegetable. Genesis 1:29, go check it out. Every fruit and vegetable and seed of the garden is yours. The animals, you have dominion over them, but they never said just because you have dominion, you got to eat them. Wake up, people. It's time to wake up. All right? And that was the beef. All right? So now you thinking about, okay, don't even talk about the chicken. Oh yeah, man, hold on. I gotta get that. I gotta get that piece that I had on the chicken. When I read y'all about this chicken, y'all gonna be like, Lord, y'all think chicken is a healthy alternative. Wait till I read y'all this. Man, stay right there. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. So yeah, family, I'm back. So check this out. This comes from organicauthority.com. All right. Number 1, the 8 reasons why chicken is not a health food. Why chicken is not a healthy alternative. Okay. Number one, a serving of chicken contains just as much cholesterol as meat, and eggs contain 3 times that. Cholesterol is linked to clogged arteries and heart disease. Okay, so we know one thing. All right, a serving of chicken contains just the same amount of cholesterol as red meat. So if you say, oh, I'm going to quit the red meat, I'm just going to eat the chicken. Well, guess what? Eggs contain 3 times that. If you won't eat you some eggs and say, I won't eat no chicken, I'm just going to eat eggs and give me an omelet. All right. Number two, all right, grilled chicken, a popular alternative to fried chicken, commonly contains PHLP, 2-amino 1-methyl 6, I can't even pronounce the other word and all the other science jargon, which may contribute to the development of certain types of cancers, including breast and prostate cancer. So basically, they just told you that grilled chicken causes breast and prostate cancer. See how they just gave it to you? You had to catch it, though. Grilled chicken causes breast and prostate cancer, and they running around here talking about breast cancer awareness month, and then after they do the breast cancer awareness month, they're gonna go celebrate at a restaurant and eat some chicken. I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry. The insanity of this Matrix world is out of the world. Lord, it amazes me. All right. Number three, a common industry practice involves feeding chickens arsenic in order to make them grow faster. All right, it's highly toxic to humans and can cause cancer, dementia, neurological problems, and other ailments. So now you know where a lot of your cancer, dementia, neurological problems, and other ailments are coming from, Mr. Multiple Sclerosis, ALS, and all of the other things. Okay, we know one thing for certain, 2 things for sure: they feeding the goddamn chickens arsenic. We know one thing for certain, 2 things for sure. So now, with that being said, we got ACAs, which are heterocyclic amines, all right, are found in meats cooked at high temperatures, including chicken, and have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. Once again, they keep on telling you that the chicken causes cancer. When you gonna realize that? When you next time you go to Popeye, think about that. Next time you go to church, Popeye, KFC, or any one of your major chicken wing meat establishment, cancer. All right. A Consumer Reports analysis found that the 83% of fresh whole broiler chickens purchased across the U.S. had high levels of Campylobacter or Salmonella. That's different type of bacteria, Salmonella, right? And we know one thing: these are the leading causes of food poisoning, right? So 83% of the fresh whole broiler chickens purchased across the U.S. 83%. Y'all eating this, wonder why you waking up with stomach ache, wonder why your head be hurting, wondering why you're having mood swings, wondering why you can't just get a foot of air, wondering why you're having these negative thoughts, and because you're eating dead frequency food. All right, so now, man, 6, detectable levels of E. coli were discovered in as much as 65% of broiler chicken in a USDA study. This comes from fecal contamination, like I told y'all before, during processing, making organic chicken also at risk, as well as the more common conveniently raised chickens. Okay, and moving right along, all right, avian flu may have dropped out of the mainstream media's attention, but it's also still a serious illness that is transmitted through poultry. So they got the flu, they got that bird flu, you know, that bird flu. You already know what the business is, man. I don't want really just like ruin y'all whole little day with this thing, but y'all gotta really back up off these meat products. With more than 9 billion chickens raised for food in the U.S. every year, the environmental impact is nothing short of astonishing. Highly toxic animal waste ruins land, seeps into the contaminated water. I already told y'all that, right? It's pollution. All right, pollution. And another thing. All right. If you're gonna eat meat, here's a respite. Here's a break for you. If you're gonna eat meat, make it fish twice a week or some type of seafood twice a week. At least their environment is aquatic. But even they pee, fart, poop, and make babies. So I don't want them in my system anymore either. Because at first I backed up off all the meat and say, hey, I'm gonna eat these fish. I'm gonna become a pescatarian. Nah. Then I read Dick Gregory say, when I read that, yeah, you're right. It's a living creature. It's a living being. I shouldn't be digesting a living being. Why? Because in order to digest a creature and a living animal, I have to kill it. Okay, and when you kill the animal, cook the food, and that's another thing. Cooking the food. Cooking the food means killing the food. You add too much heat. You cook the food. You kill the food, and now you're digesting dead cells. You are a living, light, electrical being. You are not meant to be digesting dead animal cells. How can the dead feed the living? This is what the Bible already told you. Let the living feed the living, and the dead feed the dead. All right. So now, with that being said, what else I got going on for y'all? Oh, all right, I got a few notes. A few conclusions. All right, I wanted a few conclusions right quick, and just to drop a quick little bit of information that it's a reason why they want you at this low frequency. Each vice that you have, whether it's smoking cigarettes, if you smoking cigarettes, if you doing drugs, if you eating this meat, if you eat drinking that coffee, if you eat drinking that Kool-Aid, drinking that beer, you know what I'm saying? If you are doing all of these unhealthy vices, each vice is another vibrational frequency lower you go. Each vice you let go, your vibration raises a little bit more higher. So let go of these vices slowly but surely and start raising your vibration higher. The higher your vibration, when you clean up your environment, your mind, your body, then you leave room for what? Clean frequencies to travel within to you in your spirit and your body. And understand that you are what you eat. They told you this in school, but we didn't believe it. We thought it was a cliche saying, but it is not. You are what you eat, people. Okay? So I know I got down to them first 5 commandments had to do with thinking and diet, you know what I'm saying? But these next 5 is gonna be especially number 8, especially number 9. Y'all gonna like number 9, all right? Y'all gonna like commandment number 9. Y'all gonna like a few of the especially commandment number 9, but y'all gonna like the rest of these 5, you know what I'm saying? If y'all practice the rest of these 5, man, y'all gonna experience bliss. Cause and then after I do these commandments and give y'all the other videos, right? I'm gonna teach y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a meditative practice to do on how to activate your chakras, how the literal chakra activation process that I went to activate my chakras. And I'm gonna tell you how I activate my chakras, and you can add your own variation to it, okay? So that's gonna be coming in later videos. But man, I appreciate y'all listening to me right quick and giving me y'all ear again, man. I love y'all. I come to y'all, man, and I give y'all this because I don't see nobody else giving nobody this. Everybody else is talking about the problems. Everybody else is talking about what we supposed to be doing, but nobody is actually doing what we supposed to be doing, man. It's time for us to wake up, clean up our thinking, and clean up our eating. That's the first thing, because that's where they hack you at first. They hack you in your mind, and they hack you in your body, and they hack you in your mind through your education and through your diet and through the chemicals, okay? And then the rest of the stuff takes place because now you're an open vessel because you have been hacked. All right. So now, with that being said, I love you all, man. It's been nice making these videos today. Look out for some more, and man, continue to support me, man. Follow me on Instagram at Prophet504. You can follow me on Twitter at Eternal Prophet 8. All right, and like I said before, you watching the YouTube channel Eternal Prophets EP, man. And like I said before, shout out to my queen. You know what I'm saying? Harmony. One more. I gave you one earlier video, and I'm giving you one today to let you know. Yeah, it's on, girl. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Queen Harmony. Y'all gonna see her in some videos too. I'm letting y'all know that now. I'm speaking that into existence. Y'all gonna see her in some videos, so be on the lookout for that. One.